I'm Jill Johns, founder of Transformations by Jill. Welcome to Setting the Stage with Jill, where we sit down with top real estate professionals in Richmond, Virginia, and talk about all things real estate. So grab a seat, get comfy, and let's talk shop right here on Setting the Stage.
I'm Beth Pretty, and I have a team called Pretty Properties. Well, I've been in the business for almost 17 years. I brought staging into my business in a small way because initially I just didn't have the money. And I remember I got a luxury listing, one of my first. It was vacant and I wanted to do something beautiful, and I asked around and somebody had recommended you.
Wonderful. What's your secret sauce? What is the secret to success for you in the real estate business?
Coming from curiosity and coming from contribution. So I like to ask a lot of questions of my clients and vendors. We always follow up with our clients to make sure they're pleased with the work that the vendor has done. I know a lot of realtors choose not to use staging because they don't want to spend the money, they can't afford it, the seller should be paying for that. And my answer to that is you can't afford not to do staging. It's what I think sets us apart because we do offer it as part of our package to a seller. I think there are three components to staging. So first of all, it's to edit out the seller so that the bigger buyer pool can see themselves there. And so the photos, the graduation certificates, your collections, all that stuff needs to go. The second goal, I think, for staging is to make each space feel bigger than it is. Oh my gosh, these spaces are so big. The price is incredible. What a value. And then the third piece is to just sort of elevate the experience in the house, right, to give it that kind of model home feel to it.
So the other question I want to ask you about is why Transformations by Jill? You have options.
You are very flexible for me. You are very responsive. You're all about making sure that your two customers are happy.
That's right.
The realtor and my customer, my client. You're constantly working to improve yourself and your business. You go to conferences and you're reading the latest stuff and you know the current trends and color palette. But I find that you ebb and flow with the style of the house, the architecture, and you listen to the agent and what they think might be needed.
Wonderful, thank you. All that is music to my ears.
Good.
I think the biggest objection, not only from clients but from realtors, is the price of paying a professional staging company to come out and stage. So I'm interested in how you feel about the return on investment for staging.
First of all, I would say you are not the cheapest and you are not the most expensive. You are very reasonably priced. So as far as return on investment, I think the consumer is definitely getting that. I mean, there's just loads of research that sellers make more money and their house sells faster. But more importantly, I see it firsthand. We have listings where they were on the market with somebody else. Right. They were a vacant property, and the realtor did nothing, didn't stage in any way, didn't recommend it, and we swoop in and rescue that listing and get it staged, and it sells for that price or higher and very quickly. A vacant property that you staged for us just a few weeks ago, we received multiple offers and the price went sky high over list. It really does pay off. There's a definite return on investment. If it didn't work, then builders would not have a model home they spend $100,000 accessorizing that property. I mean, builders are cheap. They're not going to spend that money if it didn't work.
That's right. What's a piece of advice you'd give a new realtor who's just fresh in the business, loves the idea of staging, but just nervous about it? Mm-hmm. What piece of advice would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I would say the staging consultation, because that's like the basics. I mean, you
Right.
definitely want to be able to offer that. I don't see that as cost prohibitive, even for a new agent. It costs less than a professional photo shoot.
Right.
So you definitely want to start there. And I definitely recommend interviewing multiple stagers to see their style and get referrals from other agents at your company that you respect and that have beautiful photos and have beautiful properties. You know, talk with the stager about ideas of a package or a standard that you could offer that would be, I don't know, budget friendly, if you will.
Right.
But don't shy away from, like, talk to some stagers to see
Right.
what options are out there, and hopefully you talk with Transformations by Jill.
Yes,
That's what I would
absolutely.
recommend.
And there are budget-friendly options. There are something what we call a simple stage, where we might just bring in a few items just to zhuzh up. For example, a family room, maybe it's a chair, side table, rug, and dress up the mantle. So there are some budget-friendly options, especially for maybe distressed properties or properties that are a little bit lesser price point, that maybe it doesn't make sense to do a full-on staging. So to end our little chat today, I would love to hear some stories about some of the craziest times you've had in real estate.
We've had the hoarder style clients where you have to turn sideways to get through their home,
right.
and you're scared boxes or things are going to fall on you. I've had a dog urinate on my foot during a listing presentation. I have cleaned up baby vomit, baby poop, dog poop, cat vomit, cat pee, like all of it. I went to a listing appointment where the owner opened the front door and had a loaded gun in his hand, and he had guns all over the house and said, "I hope you like guns." Satanic stuff. I've walked into houses with drugs. I had a situation with a listing where another realtor he knew my listing was vacant, and he went there after midnight with a woman and proceeded to engage in
Adult things.
Wow. And I found out about it because the neighbor called me and said, "There's somebody doing it in the backyard of your listing." So yeah, I mean, I have lots of chapters for my book.
Yes, the human condition, and we're right smack in the middle of it.
Yes.
So,
But for every bad thing, there's 100 million things that are great about it.
well, thank you, Beth. I really appreciate that, and that was a perfect ending to this chat.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
There you go. I love it.